Somebody here today that God is going to carry.
Hello beautiful people, welcome to Gospel Update TV. So in this video today we want to review a movie titled Trampled. Trampled is produced by Solid Rock Foundation and they have a YouTube channel where you can go and watch the movie in full. So this movie in short is a reality of the church today. Before now, we used to think that, okay, church is where sick people could come in and receive their healing and meet God and their lives get changed. But nowadays, we see people go to church and they come out wounded, they come back losing faith. The introduction of the movie is one that is so catching. There's no doubt you will start that movie and you will want to end it. Of course, it tells about the story of one guy, Mr. David, who met the Lord and became fervent for the Lord, started working for the Lord, and he fell. Of course, it was a mistake. Every one of us has a past. If you are watching this video, you don't have a past, you can say thank God. And for people that have a past, you just still thank God for them because they must have learned one lesson or the other. So Pastor David committed a mistake. He's an anointed man of God. He's somebody that God has been using. He has used for so many people, but he fell. He fell. And you know what? He was not caught. Had it been he was caught, it would have been a different case entirely. This pastor was not caught in the act of sin, but he went ahead to go by himself and confess the sin to his pastor. How about that? How many people have the guts, to confess, to go and confess their sins these days? How many people? If you see where he was explaining, he was weeping, he was lying down, he prostrated for his pastor and was saying, just forgive me, it was a mistake, I am so sorry. The pastor asked him, is this your first time? He was like, yes sir, I'm sorry. He was never caught. But you know the attitude that the church people gave him? People that have said, oh, Hosanna, 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 they turned their back and the song changed. Crucify him. That was what was coming out from the mouths of church members. Guys, this is the reality of the church these days. I think this is the second time I'm watching a video that is kind of related like this, where the church will push their own outside. It is so unfair. But because of the Spirit of God in him, he still had conscience. How many people, still have conscience these days to openly confess their sins? People are hiding it because they already saw that those that have gone to confess by themselves, the way the church has dealt with them is so bad. This man was excommunicated. Why would they do that? He already felt remorseful, even in his closet, but he still couldn't take it in his closet. He came out in the open to still confess. And what did the church do? They sent him out. So the church needs to retrace their steps and stop wounding people. If you go outside and you ask people why they stop going to church, I believe we will have so many reasons, genuine reasons why people left church, because they have been wounded. And you know the funniest thing? You are the church. I am the church. So please let the change start with us. Now moving on. This man's wife, who we call Rhoda, in that movie also turned her back. I thought when exchanging vows in church, when we are getting married, for better for worse. So when the worst happens to your partner, is it to run away? Is it to abandon them? Where do you want them to go when you leave them or when you abandon them? A lot of comments I went through in that movie, people were commenting, people who had the same experience, the church is communicating them. I think that act needs to stop. Now, you now know the people that came to his rescue. His cousins who were bad boys, who were fraudsters, who had money and all of that. They came to his rescue. Though at the point they still abandoned him, but at that present time that he needed help, he got it. And another thing I like about another pastor in that same church, he assisted him in his own little way. He still gave him money even after they've excommunicated him. But you see others, they were just turning their back. This is for us. Let us not be judgmental. If something has happened, you are not there, people just said, oh, this is what happened, this is, be careful how you judge that matter. Especially when you know that this person, I know this person is not this kind of person, and you are not too sure, please just stay in the middle instead of taking sides. Okay, and the Lord will help us. What I also observe about that movie is, and what is happening for real in the church these days is the lack of the spirit of discernment. His main pastor, Pastor Lawansin, I expect him to, seek the truth using the Spirit of God. By the time it goes on 3 or 4 days or 7 days fasting, God revealed the truth. Is this what is happening? This man confessed that, okay, it was a mistake. But the lady, in question was like, she lied too. She lied. They were like, he raped me. Whereas she didn't talk about it until the mother raised it. Oh, you went to Pastor David's house and you went to do this kind of bad thing, because social media already picked the news and all that. So that was when she now lied. Oh, he raped me. The church needs to do better. We need to seek the spirit of discernment. I think that spirit is kind of lost in most churches these days. And this is why we have so many judgmental pastors and so many judgmental church members. Everybody don't want to seek the truth. Anything that comes out of the mouth of people, they just accept it. Hook, line, and sinker. Without spiritually, making inquiries. Nobody can know the heart of man, yes, except the Spirit of God, who we need to engage at this end time instead of, sending our own people out. And for wives, it should be for better and for worse. I bless God because there will be a part 2 for this movie, and the part 2 is yet to be out because of the loss of Baba Gbero, the movie production that produced this movie, Solid Rock Foundation. They wrote, a note that they have to suspend it till the 15th of December. So we will expect a continuation, because right now, Pastor David had an accident, or he entered maybe one chance bus, so they already stabbed him and it looked as if he's dead. But right in the ambulance, when they were taking him to the hospital, he was, his hands were moving. So I think we have hope. So when Pastor Lawansin came across the news report on TV that, okay, Pastor David had an accident and all of that, oh, he was so remorse, he was so sad. He put his head like this. The wife came, oh, I'm sorry. Is it until somebody die in your hands because of the judgment or punishment you meted out to the person? Is it until then you want to be remorseful? By then it's too late. By then it's too late. So before you even judge somebody, before you decide, be 100% sure, if not 100%, 99% sure that I think you judged rightly. Another lesson I want us to pick from that movie is that there is envy in church. It is not everybody that you see that laughs with you and all of these things that likes you or that has the best in mind for you. Yes, we can see, let me say Mr. Gbade, I can't recall the name he bears in the movie, but Mr. Gbade of Abattoir is in the movie. We have so many of the Abattoir stars there. So he was envious of this man. He was always finding little faults in what he does, because the man has more spirit of God. He performs miracles, he prays for people more than him and all of these things. But he's so envious of him. So he was one of the people that, chaired the meeting or the committee to excommunicate Pastor David, because he already has him in mind before, from the beginning itself. He doesn't like Pastor David. So some people are in church who are always waiting for bad things to happen to you, and then they are happy because of that bad thing that has happened to you. And for Lola's brother, I really like him too. He never took sides with his sister. The brother was even saying, I know you now. Why will you do this to David? He already saw the signs because David was living with them. He didn't take side. So many of us, you see your sister or your brother doing bad things and you still stand with them in that bad thing that they are doing. Of course, that is wrong. That is not what I'm talking about. Lola's brother knew that it's Lola that did the bad thing. It is Lola that is the bad person here. And he was calling Lola to others that, I know you, just confess. Don't do this to David. David is like a brother to us. Why will you do this? Just say the truth. Because he already read between the lines that, okay, before David got married, it's like my sister has something for David and David does not really want something to do with her. But she, after David got married, she still went and lured David to sin with her. So let us be careful, whether you're single, whether you're married, let's be at alert always. For anyone who has left the church and you are watching this video, maybe because of the way they treated you, please just forgive the church and move on and join another believing church again. And the Lord will help you. The Lord will restore you back fully in Jesus' name. If you watch this video to this part and you're yet to subscribe to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Thank you for watching. Please share, please like, please comment your thoughts. See you next time. Bye for now.